Beloved Masters, there has been much discussion about the various dimensions within this universe, especially the third, fourth, and fifth dimensions. These are the dimensional frequencies that most affect humanity, for they create the reality in which humankind exists at this time. Most recently, our beloved messenger assumed the task of compiling a glossary of words and terms we have used over the years. This glossary and condensed version of some of our most important missives will assist you to more easily understand and integrate the wisdom teachings that are so critical to the ascension process you are currently experiencing. Make no mistake, every soul on your planet is being affected by the rapid acceleration of the higher vibrational frequencies of God Light, which are bombarding the earth at this time. You must be willing to do the work if you are to move forward on the spiral of evolution/ascension, for these refined energy patterns of adamantine particles of light will accelerate even more swiftly over these next critical years of transformation. Also, those of you who are the star seed must be able to demonstrate the benefits and the effectiveness of the sacred wisdom teachings that you have integrated and made a part of your core truth. You have agreed to be ways howers, and you are sorely needed to guide and assist your soul brothers and sisters. Portions of the glossary are excerpts from our messages of the past. However, much of the information has been gleaned from our beloved messenger's memory banks within her sacred mind. You will discover that as you learn to access your own sacred mind, you will gain the ability to draw forth much wisdom from the past, and you will also retain any current teachings more easily. You will also find, as you lift and refine your frequency patterns, that you have gained the ability to access this information more readily. Your sacred mind contains advanced levels of consciousness and also the ability to retain and recall data with ease. Excerpted from Reference and Revelations * Glossary and Illustrations Third and Fourth Dimensions. Since humanity's fall in consciousness thousands of years ago, the Earth and its physical environment have been composed of third/fourth dimensional components. The third dimension consists of length, breadth, and depth of space. The sentient beings of this dimension are the more evolved animal kingdom, group consciousness, and human beings, which have individualized soul consciousness. In the fourth dimension, a conscious awareness of the now moment is added to length, breadth, and depth of space. The fourth dimension is the realm of emotions and the astral plane. Since it is the beginning stage of higher frequency patterns, time is more fluid and the laws of time and space begin to change. It is sometimes called the etheric realm. We must pass through the mass consciousness belief structure, which is mostly comprised of a conglomeration of inharmonious third and fourth dimensional vibrations. It is our responsibility to clear or neutralize our personal discordant vibrational frequencies in order to traverse the 7 sub-levels of the fourth dimensional environment and tap into an awareness of our I am within the fifth dimensional environment. Dimensions, universal. Our universe is composed of light, sound, and color, as well as different levels of density. Everything within the universe has resonance or is composed of vibrational frequency patterns. Unity consciousness begins in the fifth dimension, where the illusions of the third and fourth dimensions begin to fade away. The fifth dimension is the true beginning of the ascension process. You begin to prepare for ascension within the vibrational patterns of the higher third dimension as you strive to return to balance and harmony within the physical, mental, emotional, and etheric bodies. The higher frequencies/dimensions, those of the higher fifth, the sixth dimension and above, gradually become more ethereal, gossamer, or crystalline. There is form, however, as you move into the higher sixth dimension and above. Form gradually becomes finer, often translucent, and sometimes fluid. The dimensions of this universe are arranged according to their vibrational frequencies, which means the higher dimensions resonate to the higher, more refined frequencies, and the lower, denser dimensions resonate to slower vibrational patterns. Each dimension is controlled by specific universal laws and principles which must be adhered to while resonating within the frequencies of that dimension. There is no firm demarcation between dimensions, for they ebb and flow in a wave pattern and interpenetrate each other to a certain degree. Much of humanity is now resonating to the frequencies of the higher third dimension, while tapping into and integrating various levels of the fourth dimension and even small amounts of the frequency patterns of the lower sub-levels of the fifth dimension. Some advanced souls are integrating small amounts of sixth-dimensional frequency patterns, and even higher, via the cities of light. We only have access to the primal life force substance or half-spectrum light while resonating within a third/fourth dimensional environment. We must clear 51% of our negative frequency patterns and attune our energetic signature to at least a portion of the lower sub-level frequencies of the fifth dimension in order to receive the adamantine particles of Creator Light, which are an integral part of the Metatronic full-spectrum light. Archangel Michael, there is a natural progression to our teachings, as many of you have learned. It is important that you take the steps necessary to clear the path before you if you do not wish to experience a lot of stumbling blocks along the way. With regard to the ascension process, faster and more are not necessarily better. Those who have stepped onto the path of ascension, and who are serious about fulfilling their divine mission, are proceeding much more quickly than we had ever hoped. However, as you know, there has been a price to pay. The transitional process has been stressful on the emotional body and often painful for the physical vessel as you released old impacted energies. Some of these energies have become stuck in different parts of your body, and you have had to learn how to transmute, neutralize, and release them through trial and error. However, you, the brave vanguard, have opened the pathway so that those following behind you will be able to traverse the valleys of the Shadowlands more quickly and without as many obstacles and so many painful symptoms. While living in a third/fourth dimensional environment, you will experience the lower realms of the fourth dimension while in a dream state, and you will travel in your astral/etheric body to various places within that realm. In the fourth dimension, your concept of the past, present and future is more fluid, and you may experience both pleasant and painful memories in your dreams. It is the realm of the emotional body, whereby feelings and beliefs are brought forward from past lives while in a theta or delta state of consciousness. This realm is where you experience nightmares and disturbing dreams, for this is the realm of the mass consciousness belief patterns. However, your higher self will also endeavor to speak to you through your dreams in order to help you to understand what is happening, and to give you examples of what must be done to move through the negative environment of the lower fourth dimension. The fourth dimension is often depicted as a realm which is to be traversed as quickly as possible. However, there are beneficial aspects within the fourth dimension as there are in all levels of creation. It is as if you are existing in a semi-awake state while experiencing the broad spectrum of duality within the third dimension. You gradually begin to awaken as you start to clear the distortions of the lower fourth dimension so that you may gain access to the gifts of spirit that are available in the higher sub-levels of that dimension. If you are actively seeking to balance and harmonize your energetic signature, you will gain access to your sacred heart and the portal to your sacred mind will open. You will tap into your higher creative abilities, and oftentimes, you will be nudged to develop some of your latent talents. You will begin to feel the oneness of self, which is the beginning of oneness with all that is. We have explained how you must have the ability to access the mid-fourth and lower fifth dimensional frequencies of light in order to access the full spectrum Metatronic light, which is the energy of creation from the cities of light. This is where the transformational properties of the violet flame assume an even more important part in the process of ascension. We have explained how there were gigantic crystal sentinels placed in strategic places around the earth. There were great labyrinths, passageways, and crystalline caverns throughout the body of the earth. Your physical vessel and your planet were not nearly as dense and compressed as now. Within the great crystal caverns were huge amethyst clusters which held the sacred violet flame of the seventh ray. This was so that humanity would have available at all times the blessed violet flame to assist them to maintain balance and harmony within and around them, as they developed their four lower bodily systems in the denser realms of physicality. The blessed keepers of the violet flames around the earth knew that they must constantly bring forth the qualities, aspects, and virtues of God consciousness, the adamantine particles, to feed and replenish the earthly violet flames, and some blessed souls have faithfully fulfilled their duties for millions of years. However, as the earth compressed and sank into density, the violet flames gradually diminished, until in most areas around the world there remained burning only the smallest flames. It is true, there are some dedicated groups around the world who have maintained the violet flames in their regions through their efforts of loving intention, decreeing and through the wisdom teachings that they have kept alive for thousands of years. However, much has been lost and forgotten by the masses. It is now time to reinstate that lost wisdom and to reclaim the power and majesty of the violet flame and its blessed gifts. The vibrational patterns of the violet flame are the only ones which are accessible both from above, via the crown chakra and the sacred breathing techniques, as well as from within the earth. Envision this beautiful flame blazing up from beneath your feet, surrounding your body, as it transmutes any discordant vibrational frequencies you may have around you, before radiating this sacred flame forth out into the world in greater and greater concentric circles. This is why the violet flames from within the earth are so critical to the transformation process. In order to assist humanity and the earth and to facilitate the ascension process, it is critical that the violet flame of transformation be made available to transmute the discordant vibrational patterns as they are released. It is apparent that a vast portion of humanity is moving deeper and deeper into fear, negativity, and a sense of helplessness, as the divine radiance of the Creator increases in strength and resonance. As keepers of the violet flame, when you lift your consciousness, you will gain the ability to integrate and transmit the adamantine particles of Creator light in greater and greater measure out into the world of form. You must become aware that it is critical that the violet flame be made available to transmute the discordant vibrational patterns that are stirred up by the light, so that the greatest number of souls can make the transition into the light of the new age. Also, remember, universal law states that the only two rays you are allowed to radiate to another person are the violet flame and the pink ray of divine love. These blessed energies will go directly into the intended person's auric field, and will be available if they desire to take advantage of the blessing. Anything else is an infringement of the other person's free will. You ask, how will you know if you are a keeper of the violet flame? It is true, there are those dear brave souls who agreed to step forward during these times of momentous change and assume the role. We tell you, all you have to do is ask. You must make the request and ask to join in this noble endeavor. You could not choose a more worthy cause, or a better way to serve humanity and our Father/Mother God. Accept the gifts and blessings that are being offered to you, my brave ones. You are needed and the rewards are infinite. We shower upon you the blessings of the celestial realms. You are loved most profoundly. I am Archangel Michael.